Hey everyone, this is Josh Peak. Welcome to the Josh Peak Show. I am your host, and right now I'm putting out a newsletter called Peak Speak. What's inspired me to do this newsletter is I wanted to give you the tricks, tips, and tools on a weekly basis that I use. I talk about this. I still do some trainings more privately on webinars and Zooms to my mastermind group, people that I teach and then also learn from as well. So I wanted to put this in a newsletter format, some things I know can help you in your business. And so let's go ahead and get started here. So the first point one is the book that I am reading this week. It is called Stone's Rules by Roger Stone. Very controversial man, but as far as a book goes, man, I got to tell you, it is amazing. It's an amazing book. I've learned a lot of things from marketing to how to win in politics. As many of you know, I do consulting and advising on marketing in politics, in the political realm with a U.S. congressman and other folks, as well as in business. So this book really has helped me a tremendous amount. He also talks about business, but he talks about style as well. What to wear, when to wear it. Amazing, amazing book. No matter how controversial he is, Roger Stone. Great book. I'll always put the links to the books and the tips in this newsletter. I will have all the links in the newsletter. And again, you can opt into that at joshpeak.com. Tip number 2 is a podcast I'm listening to. The Jocko podcast, Jocko Willink, episode 194. So you definitely want to go look up that and subscribe to his podcast. Costly pitfalls to avoid and critical maneuvers. This is, without a doubt, one of the best podcast episodes I've ever listened to. And he talks about, as a leader, the team always eats first, right? Whether that's in your family, your business, team sports, or on the battlefield. And we in business, our objective, it should be profit maximization. And so you have to know when to cut cost, what resources to use. But in family and sports, we have to invest in the team, our family, and team sports in the team. We have to give them the tools to succeed while also filling our well. We have to keep our well full to be able to help them. So again, that is podcast episode 194 of the Jocko podcast, Jocko. I'll have this link again in the newsletter. Number 3, the Instagram post, my daughter and I hanging out at Starbucks. It's amazing when I put in, any type of tools or blueprints or anything on Instagram, and people love them. But when I post something about my daughter or one of my 2 sons or my wife, I get the biggest amount of likes, comments, engagement. So I'll put a link to this one. It's just a picture of my daughter and I sitting at Starbucks enjoying a coffee. And obviously, I think she's a beautiful young girl. But I think you'll like that as well. You can follow me at Josh Peak on Instagram. Tool of the week, my Blue Yeti microphone, what I'm using right here. This tool is awesome. Very sensitive. It picks up every single thing. I mean, it's a phenomenal mic, but it will pick up anything. If I'm too close to it, I have to turn the volume down a little bit. Sometimes you can hear me. Anything. It'll pick up literally anything. It is the best mic, though, as far as portable. I can take it anywhere or record a podcast on the fly. It's amazing. So this is what I'm using right now. And the last tip that I want to give you for the Peak Speak newsletter is a quote that I'm pondering. It's very interesting. I would say a decade ago, if I quoted this, I would always get negativity. People, talk about, well, business, you got to care for the client. You got to do this and you got to do that. Which you have to do all that. There's so many things in business to be successful you have to do, right? But at the end of the day, business is a game and money is how we keep score. That's a quote from Ted Turner. Fast forward to today. When I use that quote, like I was watching a video the other day on YouTube about Henry Kravis, phenomenal entrepreneur and businessman, and he talked about it. Money's how you keep score. Aristotle Onassis, money's how you keep score. Listen to the Jocko podcast. Money is how you keep score. Money's not everything, but in business it's a game, and money is how you keep score. I truly believe this. This is first taught to me, this quote by Bill Watts, Cowboy Bill Watts, who used to own Mid-South Pro Wrestling, was my mentor. And he told me this quote, and it stuck with me. So anyways, again, thank you for listening. This is the Peak Speak newsletter, and I am recording each one of them as a podcast, so you'll be hearing that as well. To be able to opt in and receive this newsletter and the links that I'm telling you about, where you can go download them and actually look at what I'm speaking of, you can go do that at joshpeak.com. You can opt in. Thank you.